dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Losing a loved one is hard, but losing a loved one and not having an estate plan is even harder. Attorney Harlan Mitchell witnessed what not having an estate plan can do to families and decided to use his experience to do something about it. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884. Again, that website is BamaEstatePlanning.com. Let Harlan Mitchell help you with estate planning. Do it for those you love, and do it today. You've heard me talk about telemedicine at Trinity Medical Care Center here on the Mark White Show. With Trinity Medical Care Center's telemedicine, you can skip the commute and get the care you need from the safety and comfort of your own home. You can contact Trinity Medical Care Center by calling 256-489-3192. You can also schedule an appointment on the web by going to trinity-medicalcare.com. Again, give them a call at 256-489-3192 and give telemedicine a try today.
Hello, my name is Christian Martinez. I'm a rising senior at Athens Bible School. My school is great because of the wonderful environment in which students can grow and flourish. We have great academics that include the University Preparatory Diploma and dual enrollment courses that lead to an associate's degree before high school graduation. All my teachers and the school's employees are Christians who are devoted to the welfare of students. We have an excellent student body, competitive sports program, and study the Bible first thing every day. It's a great place. Please consider joining us at ABS next year, or give that special child in your life the great opportunity I have.
This is Parker and Kempton, and you are listening to the Mark White Show. Be kind, show compassion, and let others know you care.
Hey everybody, this is Daryl Worley, and you're listening to the Mark White Show. Hey, step up and make a difference like he does.
Hey y'all, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and you can make a huge difference in somebody's life. You just may not have figured out how yet, and that's why you're listening to the Mark White Show.
Hi, this is Maggie Peterson. I played Charlene Darling on the Andy Griffith Show, and you are listening to the Mark White Show.
Hi folks, this is Ricky Skaggs, and you're listening to the Mark White Show.
Hello, I'm Gene Stallings, and this is the Mark White Show. Get off the sideline and get involved and make a difference in your community.
You are listening to the Mark White Show. My daddy is your host, Mark White.
Do something good today.
Welcome to another edition of the Mark White Show. I am your host, Mark White. Beside me, I have my daughter, Cora. She is here with me today. I hope that you're having a great Saturday. I hope that so far it's been a good new year for you. I know that people continue to have challenges with COVID and other issues in their life, loss of loved ones, and it's very difficult. I hope that your day can be a little better, a little brighter because of maybe an encouraging message that is found in the Mark White Show. But I appreciate all of you for joining me today. And today we're going to have Molly Winsten with us, and her mission is to try to make good food healthy. That is her goal. And she was recently on a Netflix program, The Best Leftovers Ever. And it was the first season that she was on, and she had an opportunity to show her talent as a chef. I reached out to Molly and asked her if she would like to come back on the Mark White Show. You've heard her here before, and she really loves to do gluten-free cooking, and she makes it taste good. Kyla Carter, who will have a segment here in just a few minutes with Kyla's Korner, she loves Molly's cooking. You can find Molly at On Molly's Plate on Instagram. She keeps up with that pretty well. You can find out more about this Netflix series that she was recently on. Welcome back to the Mark White Show, Molly Winsten.
Thank you so much for having me. Happy to be back.
As I mentioned at the intro, you were on a special program through Netflix, a new series that's called Best Leftovers Ever.
Yes, you got it. We actually filmed over a year ago, and we're unsure when the air date was going to be, and it was sort of this whirlwind of it's airing all episodes, and here you go.
How in the world did you find this particular series on Netflix?
So I've been in the realm of auditioning for culinary TV shows since the spring of 2016. I had auditioned for MasterChef and met lots of great people. Didn't get on the show, but met lots of great people. And then in December of 2016, I actually filmed a show for Food Network. I filmed Bakers vs. Bakers, which aired in March of 2017, which was a total blast, had a great time. But it had been a while. I had finished school, and, these episodes are totally fun, but they're by no means like my livelihood. They're just, I really enjoy doing and have a passion for doing. So I got back, finished school, and got my job and was all settled. And then in the summer of 2019, I was actually working two jobs. I was working full-time at the donut factory and working at my childhood overnight camp as their special diets coordinator for the kids with food allergies. And long story short, I came across a casting call from a friend I'd met through auditioning who was on the production side and was like, that sounds like something I would really love to do. I love leftovers. I cook with them all the time. I don't like to let anything go to waste. And I spent a good amount of time that summer doing interviews and taking videos in the camp kitchen of all places and all this stuff. Come October, I got the confirmation, October 2019, that I was cast and got to fly to LA. At the time, I had no idea that I would be flying to LA after what was probably the most stressful 5 weeks of my life before COVID, because we got our first big client, Sprouts Farmers Markets, which is a national chain, highly recognized. And so we had been working overtime for 5 weeks, Saturdays, consistently, 10, 11-hour days on your feet, getting tons of steps. Just trying to bust out products. And we finished that order literally, I think, on a Monday, and I was out at 6 a.m. to LA on a Tuesday. So it was a little nuts, to say the least, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Did you have to keep this a secret for a certain period of time?
Yeah, so obviously I had to let my employer know that I was leaving and why, but they really do ask you to keep things under wraps because people, you don't want to spoil it, and it's a new series and things could change, everything from the title to the look of it, who knows. So I only told sort of essential people, and then as time progressed, some people, obviously my friends and family knew I had flown to LA for a few days. They're not naive in that situation, but I kept everything under wraps. I did not give any details of the show away. Kept it quiet, which is really hard to do for over a year.
That's what I was just thinking. What was the wait like?
It was crazy, when I filmed for Food Network, because Food Network, they come out with an episode every week, right? We filmed in December and it aired in March. Netflix, the difference, everything airs all at once, which is fantastic, except that you got to wait and wait and wait. So I was definitely getting a little antsy, just waiting and waiting, but knowing that I had something good coming, hopefully within 2020, was always something that kept me going, because this year has also been proved stressful, but took a while. But now that it's out, I think we're all, the friends I met, the cast and crew, I think we're all pretty happy with how it's doing. So that's great.
I love the moment that you shared, Molly, where you were excited when they announced that you had a refrigerator full of gluten-free ingredients to use.
I have to say, when I was on set and then seeing it on the screen. When I had that moment of, by the way, Molly, you have the same ingredients as everybody else, but yours are gluten-free. I just felt so included. You know, as someone in the culinary world with a dietary restriction, you can really feel underrepresented quite often. And it's not limited to gluten. There are so many food allergies, dietary restrictions, religious dietary restrictions. Maybe it's behavioral, maybe it's digestive. Who knows? There's all sorts of dietary restrictions in the world. And there's all these phenomenal cooking shows that I don't feel like delve or dive into them like they could. And that moment, I mean, I think that moment will, like, I hope live on in infamy. I hope to show people. But honestly, the best part is getting the messages. If you look through the comments on that moment that I posted and some of the private messages I've gotten, when I see a parent that says, I just watched your episode with my 8-year-old. My 8-year-old has celiac and has always loved food, but has never felt like she could see herself doing this because she has a restriction and others don't. And they talk about how their child felt. I mean, like, what more could you ask for? That's my entire mission in this culinary world. So, I mean, like, I literally well up thinking about it. I'm so proud of that moment and super grateful to Netflix for doing that because I've never seen that done before.
Well, you're definitely filling a void. And as I said in the intro, your mission is to prove that dietary restrictions don't mean bad food. And here we are in a new year, 2021. There are going to be people who did not have food allergies in 2020. They're going to find that they have them in 2021.
Absolutely. And when they find that out, I hope that they realize there's a whole community of people out here that are willing to help guide you through that process. Gluten-free or dairy-free, whatever free you are, does not mean taste-free. There's still a fantastic amount of good food at your fingertips, and it just takes a little bit of learning and a little bit of understanding to make sure that those foods are available to you. And so I'm super excited. I hope that this is a jumping-off platform that I can show more and more what food-inclusive cooking means.
Absolutely. Molly, if it's okay, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, let's talk some more about this Netflix series and talk about your mission to make food tasty for people who have certain dietary restrictions. Will you stick with me?
Sounds good.
All right, folks, you're listening to a brand new edition of the Mark White Show. Here we are in 2021. I hope that you're having a great day as we're talking to Molly Winsten. She was on a special series that's on Netflix, The Best Leftovers Ever, and Molly was on the program. I'm excited for her and this opportunity that she had to be on the program, and I hope that you'll stick with us as we continue to talk to Molly Winsten, and in a few minutes we'll have a brand new edition of Kyla's Corner. You are listening to The Mark White Show, and I am your host, Mark White.
Tiny price to pay. Let's all do something good today. A little wink, a pat on the back, a big old hug, a little laugh. We can make a difference. All we have to do is try. Yeah, every day's a chance to change somebody else's life. Let's all do something good today.
Thompson Roofing and Construction is a locally owned family business serving the North Alabama and Southern Tennessee area. They are a Better Business Bureau A+ member since 2011 and a GAF Master Elite Contractor. Give them a call at 256-952-3309 or check them out on the web at 256roofing.com. They offer free inspections.
Thompson Roofing and Construction.
Hey, good looking, what you got cooking?
Hey, good looking, don't worry about cooking. Head over to Tuscumbia, Alabama, grab a bite to eat, and visit the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, where they're honoring Alabama's music achievers. To plan your visit, go to alamhof.com or give them a call at 256-381-4417. Is it time for a haircut? Go see my friends Philip Butler and B.H. Parker at Southwind Barbershop, located at 1637 Lee Street in Rogersville, Alabama. Give them a call at 256-247-5658. That's 256-247-5658.
Mr. Cecil Batchelor is the one that started this business as Dependable Service Center. And even though now it's Green's Dependable Hardware and we're a True Value store, our tagline is still Your Dependable Service Center. We've tried to keep that alive for all these years. Mr. Batchelor really started a good business. We're really excited to be carrying on a long-standing tradition. It's the oldest retail store in the city of Russellville. We're Green's Dependable Hardware, 15220A Highway 43 in Russellville, Alabama. We're right behind McDonald's or right across the street from the hospital. Number is 256-331-0123.
Your Dependable Service Center.
Hi, I'm Crystal Gale, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. And one smile can make a difference. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Someone loves you, I do.
He drives into the city, works extra hard all day, finishes up early so he can get away. 'Cause there's a blue-eyed kid on second base, wants Dad to watch him play. Daddy knows he's waiting, so he hurries on.
Welcome back to the Mark White Show. I'm excited that you could join us here on this Saturday morning. I am excited about the guest that I have on the line as well. You've heard her before, Molly Winsten from On Molly's Plate. You can find it on Instagram, find that page on Instagram, and we're talking about this special Netflix series called Best Leftovers Ever, and Molly was recently on it as far as you could see, but now we talked about the fact that this has been done over a year ago, but as far as viewers being able to see it, I know Molly was excited to be able to let people finally know that the series was out, weren't you, Molly?
So excited. It was such a long wait, and obviously 2020 in general has been stressful, so it's been super exciting, and even more so the response. I saw today that it's actually ranked number 8 in the U.S., which, don't get me wrong, I would never take the credit. I did not produce this show. I did not host this show. I'm simply a contestant, but I think it really speaks to the brilliance behind it. It's totally family-oriented. It's so much fun. Everything from the set design to the ingredients to the host and judges were thought out. So super excited.
Speaking of families, we both are mutual friends with the Carter family, and you have a relationship with them that they have dietary restrictions, and you're able to provide products to them through the bakery. I know that that's really exciting for you to have opportunities to spread the good news, if you will, that you have the ability to make this food with dietary restrictions.
Absolutely. I'll never forget. I can't believe it was a year ago already, but I met Kyla and her partner in crime, Emma, at the time, because they were in White Christmas. I had sort of started this thing a couple of years ago where when tours came in town, I would reach out to people. I happen to love kids. I used to be a nanny, so I'd often reach out to kids via social media and see what their plans were, because I always like to deliver some sort of specialty baked good. And I found that a lot of people, especially in the theater industry, have dietary restrictions, so that way I could really cater to all of them. And I just sort of reached out to Kyla, not knowing that she had the dietary restrictions she did. She hadn't like posted that all over social, so I didn't even know. And it worked out so well. We got to do such a fun baking class and provide fantastic cookies and even do a giveaway. And the family that won took their then 3-year-old, and it was his first show. And it was just, it's just beautiful all around. So that's been fun being able to stay in touch. And they've actually become taste testers for me. I send them new products so that they can sort of let me know their thoughts. So it's been really fun. I mean, it kills me that it's been so long since I've seen them. We had actually had plans to go see a show together. I was going to take some of my cousins who had met Kyla and Emma when we saw White Christmas, and we were going to take them to New York for their combined birthday present. Then obviously things got shut down. Actually, the weekend we were going to go. We were going to leave on a Friday, and things got shut down that Thursday. So it's been a while, but still, I'm very hopeful for 2021, but it's been fun keeping that relationship going for sure.
And I love the fact that you are a registered dietitian. You are in the world of food inclusiveness as a chef.
Absolutely.
When we look at 2021 and we think about people who are making resolutions, they're coming up with new ways to live themselves. And a lot of times it has to do with what they're eating, how they're treating themselves physically. You have a lot on the table to offer when it comes to people who may have that kind of resolution.
Yeah, absolutely. I am all about food. I'm totally about eating real food, but that doesn't mean like that you can't eat stuff you enjoy. I'm not about cutting anything out of your diet, nothing cold turkey, nothing along those lines. I'm just about getting to know your food, whether that means cooking, and it doesn't always have to be gourmet. You can ask my roommate. I was so busy this week, I didn't even cook all week. The only day I cooked this week before New Year's was I made scrambled eggs for dinner one night. Not even joking. There's nothing wrong with scrambled eggs. They're full of protein and good fats and plenty of nutrients. Have that and some vegetables, you're good to go. So I'm not about cutting anything out of your diet. What I love to promote are easy cooking tips, and I'm hoping to do more and more of those that I can share that people learn, because it's not that hard once you learn the basics.
One of my friends, Molly, is Neva Small. She played Hava on Fiddler on the Roof. She's Jewish. Your food is kosher as well, right?
So my bakery, the factory that I run, is kosher, and my parents actually grew up in kosher households. I did not, but I have a full working knowledge. The camp I work at and went to as a child as well is also kosher. So full working knowledge of that. And I include that in my food inclusive cooking. And I mean that honestly. Some people are like, well, I would never want to cook kosher because there's no bacon. Don't get me wrong. I also love bacon. It's delicious. But there's ways to do things that you don't need it. One of my greatest actually tips when I'm doing stuff for friends and family members that are kosher is chicken skin. You can get chicken skin nice and crispy and a little bit of salt. I'm not saying it tastes like bacon, but it serves the same purpose. And that's what I'm all about sharing, is that it's not hard. And it doesn't mean that you're substituting something with something that's lesser. You're just doing something different that serves the same purpose.
And you're very creative doing it, because if we can get our minds wrapped around different, and I use the word wrapped, speaking of bacon, but if we can get our minds wrapped around the idea of being creative when it comes to our cooking, and I love to take ingredients from the refrigerator too. There was a program that I used to watch on the Food Network where they would take just anything and everything and put it all together to make a masterpiece when it comes to the meal. I could turn around and say, well, I use this ingredient and this ingredient as an alternative to this ingredient. If I don't have something, I can find something in the pantry or the refrigerator to use as an alternative. And I really enjoy doing that myself.
Yeah, because you really feel, first of all, you feel validated that you use something and it tasted good. And you also feel like you're not letting anything go to waste, which I think especially nowadays is really important. It's important financially. It's important environmentally. It's sort of important for the soul. Use what you have. It doesn't always have to be exactly what you're thinking, but it still can serve, like you said, it's purpose. And so I love that way of cooking. It's how I cook a lot of the time. And I love it because it really lets you use up everything you have and be creative at the same time.
Well, here we are, 2021, just a couple of days into it. What are your plans for the year, Molly?
Yeah, so 2021, I'm hoping to have a really great year. We have some really exciting things happening at the factory, getting ready to launch some new products. So that we're really excited about. We've been working really, really hard. I think for me personally, I'd like to do a lot more content now that my social media presence has grown a little bit. I'd love to just do a lot more cooking lives and demos and sort of letting people know, like, this is what I'm doing and I want to show it. I mean, I want to get to it and just show it to the world. So that's where I'm at. I want to keep pushing this mission. And I'm very aware that a lot of that might fall onto my shoulders because it is still new to a lot of people. A lot of people are like, why would I be gluten-free? I don't need to. Why would I cook that way? And my answer is, you don't have to cook gluten-free, but you can make gluten-free options. And that is what I want to change people's perspective of, and I'm ready to do that work.
As I said earlier in a post on the Mark White Show Facebook, everybody that can hear my voice right now, every single person that's living has an opportunity to make a difference. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of money, if you're a celebrity, if you have a circle of friends that's massive. It doesn't matter. You can all make a difference in somebody's life. And Molly, I would say that you have found an opportunity, a niche, to be able to make a difference in the lives of others.
Yes, and I'm very grateful for that. It's not where I sort of would have envisioned myself in the world of food, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And I hope to really keep going with it and keep showing how many opportunities there are out there.
I appreciate your work, and I also appreciate the goodies that you have sent to the Carter family through the bakery. And if you would share with people how they can, too, get in touch with the bakery and be able to take advantage of the products you offer.
So I'm the operations manager at Freedom Bakery. We're a gluten, dairy, soy, and nut-free donut factory outside of Boston. We say we're a bakery, which is hysterical because at the moment we don't actually bake anything. Donuts are fried. We're fried in 100% sustainable palm oil, but we're fried. We don't even have a working oven at the moment, but stay tuned because I want a whole gluten-free empire. But we are available nationally in many, many supermarkets. Some of our bigger ones are Meijer in the Midwest, Sprouts in the West Coast, lots of stuff on the East Coast. And then additionally, we actually are available on Amazon Seller Fulfilled. So it's coming directly from us. We ship things out as quickly as we can, and you can order in bulk there as well. And you can connect with us on both Facebook and Instagram at Freedom Gluten Free.
And you want a massive audience there on Molly's Plate as well, right, Molly?
Absolutely. On Molly's Plate is my personal page. It is growing, and that is super exciting. I hope to keep connecting with more and more people. I try to answer all comments, all message requests. I try to do it all because I'm so all about connecting with people through food.
And I love that, because if somebody has a question, hopefully it gets answered. I know there's a lot of pages that are not as responsive, but if you're really passionate about what you do, and I know that I respond to messages that people send to me through my show because I want to connect with people. That's what it is to me. It's networking.
Exactly. That's what I do. Even if you're just a parent with, an allergic kid at home and you just, want to talk, you just want to ask a question, like that's what I'm here for. Happy to connect.
Well, Molly Winsten, it's been great to have you back on the show again, and I'm excited for the opportunity you had to be on Best Leftovers Ever, this Netflix series, and I know that you had a lot of fun with it, you enjoyed it, and I know that there are people out there who are applauding you along the way, and just know that the Mark White Show's in your corner as well.
Thank you so much. I love being back. I hope to be back more, talking more and more about food inclusive cooking as time goes on. I so appreciate you having me.
You're most welcome, folks. Molly Winsten. Check her out on Molly's Plate. I've enjoyed this conversation with Molly, and she talks about inclusiveness when it comes to food. She's a registered dietitian and food inclusive chef, and we appreciate Molly being back on the Mark White Show again. When we come back, folks, we're going to have a brand new episode of Kyla's Corner as we continue to acknowledge the new year, 2021, and trying to make it the best year ever to encourage and inspire you. And Kyla Carter has a great message through Kyla's Corner. After Kyla's Corner, we're going to have the Make a Difference Minute replay. So I hope you'll stick with us. You are listening to The Mark White Show, and I am your host, Mark White.
The dear hearts and gentle people who shout a friendly hi when they go passing by, who live and love in my hometown. These are my kind of people.
If you like hickory smoked ribs that fall apart at the slightest pull, or barbecue shoulders that are so slow smoked each tender bite melts in your mouth, then you are going to love Baby Jack's Barbecue. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett and Arlington. Try the barbecue chicken, beef brisket sandwich, barbecue potato, it is huge, or the Baby Jack Trio, pork, turkey, or beef brisket sliders. You like wet ribs? They like dry ribs. Get one slab that has them both. Catering? Baby Jack's can feed a family or an army. Drive in, drive through, order online, or come in and set a minute. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett at Highway 70 in Appling, or in Arlington at Highway 70 just a block west of 385.
Do you have knee, shoulder, elbow, and other joint pain? Would you like immediate relief without surgery? Let me introduce you to Dr. Michael Farah, who's been serving patients around the world since 1986. At Freedom Medical Center and Trinity Medical Care, you can get platelet-rich plasma injections and other treatments. Dr. Farah is your choice for cosmetic and regenerative medicine. Schedule your consult today at Trinity Medical Care by calling 256-489-3192. That's Trinity Medical Care, located at 8010 South Parkway in Huntsville. Walk-ins are welcome.
Hello, my name is Christian Martinez. I'm a rising senior at Athens Bible School. My school is great because of the wonderful environment in which students can grow and flourish. We have great academics that include the university preparatory diploma and dual enrollment courses that lead to an associate's degree before high school graduation. All my teachers and the school's employees are Christians who are devoted to the welfare of students. We have an excellent student body, competitive sports program, and study the Bible first thing every day. It's a great place. Please consider joining us at ABS next year, or give that special child in your life the great opportunity I have.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Losing a loved one is hard, but losing a loved one and not having an estate plan is even harder. Attorney Harlan Mitchell witnessed what not having an estate plan can do to families and decided to use his experience to do something about it. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884. Again, that website is BamaEstatePlanning.com. Let Harlan Mitchell help you with estate planning. Do it for those you love, and do it today.
Hey, this is Carl Ray, and you're listening to Kyla's Korner with Kyla Carter, where she's living life sunny side up. And just like my old friend Johnny Nash would say, we all need a little sunshine, so y'all live life sunny side up.
It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
Sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know how much I love you. Please don't take my soul. Welcome to Kyla's Korner. I'm Kyla Carter, and I hope to inspire you to spread positivity, happiness, and kindness through these segments. I live my life sunny side up, and I hope you can too. Happy New Year! Yesterday we celebrated the end of 2020, the year that felt like an eternity. Though the year 2020 has tested us all, especially our patience, we have to appreciate and learn from it. I believe everything happens for a reason, and 2020 has truly made us stronger. I'm so excited to start 2021 with a clean slate. With the new year comes New Year's resolutions. This is when you plan all of the things that you want to achieve in the upcoming year. Lots of people plan to eat healthier, lose weight, or work harder. And more often than not, most end up not achieving their goals because of the challenges that come with them. Some ways to make sure that you can stay on track with your resolutions is starting off with something you know you can achieve, like drinking more water or making sure your room is clean. When you start off small and work up to the bigger things, it boosts your confidence and your willpower. Remember, you don't have to achieve everything you set out to do. Just trying and putting in the effort is something to be proud of. Every year, I make a vision board at the start of the new year. This is a board that represents your goals and dreams. Basically, it is a collage of images and words that serve as a daily inspiration to move you closer to your ideal life. As I look at my 2020 board, I see images of Broadway, Paris, California, and I see quotes that say, "Shine like the stars, stop wishing and start doing, create, and love whatever happens." So, I am looking at the bright side of 2020. Even though I didn't tour this year with Irving Berlin's White Christmas, I still was a part of the amazing cast of actors that created a beautiful holiday video. I didn't get to go to Paris or California, but I met some amazing people from those places. I continue to try my best to spread light and love every day, and I was given the amazing opportunity to do that through the Mark White Show. I was also given the time to create music, something that I'm so proud to share with everyone in 2021. I cannot say I loved what happened in 2020, but I can be thankful for the gifts that 2020 gave me. This year, my visions and resolutions for 2021 would include trusting myself, staying on my own path, and to keep believing that my time will come. I am so proud of us. We don't know what is in store for 2021, but we can shape our own destiny and our future. So, For the new year, try to set some goals. Push yourself and always live sunny side up. Hi, I'm Kyla Carter, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. Stay unique and find a way to make a difference that doesn't just impact you, but impacts others around you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Welcome to the Make a Difference Minute replay, where we play Make a Difference minutes from the past week. Welcome to another edition of the Make a Difference Minute from the Mark White Show, where we're sharing stories to encourage and inspire.
Experience the difference at Athens Bible School. The vision and purpose is to provide each student a quality education in a Christ-centered environment to develop the whole person spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially in safe and supportive surroundings. The solid biblical foundation permeates learning and culture in the classrooms and every extracurricular activity.
This is the Make a Difference Minute
on the Mark White Show.
On this Make a Difference Minute, I have Sean Dietrich, also known as Sean of the South.
I got pulled over by this policeman on my way home from my mother's. This is in Walton County. She had a training deputy in the car, something like that, a ride-along student. So she used me as a guinea pig to show the student how you would deal with somebody who was a troublemaker. It was all fine and good, but it was exhausting. And the next morning, I had a breakfast with a friend and told her about it. She said, that'd make a good story. You ought to write about that on your blog. Because I had this little blog, and I said, yeah, well, it wasn't much at the time. And she said, you have to call your blog either Sean with the Wind or Sean of the South, like Song of the South by Alabama. So I changed the name that day, and I wrote about that little tiny event. Ever since then, it's done very well for me, and my life has never really been the same. Next thing you know, I'd be out in public, and people weren't calling me by my name anymore. They were calling me Sean of the South, even my friends, and even when my wife gets very angry with me, she'll still refer to me as Sean of the South. So it's become like my first, middle, and last name.
If you have a suggestion for a Make a Difference Minute, send it to themarkwhiteshow@gmail.com. Be sure to follow The Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This is Mark White.
And this is Cora White.
Encouraging you
to find your purpose
by making a difference
in someone's life
today. Welcome to another edition of the Make a Difference Minute from the Mark White Show, where we're sharing stories to encourage and inspire. You've heard me talk about telemedicine at Trinity Medical Care Center here on the Mark White Show. With Trinity Medical Care Center's telemedicine, you can skip the commute and get the care you need from the safety and comfort of your own home. You can contact Trinity Medical Care Center by calling 256-489-3192. You can also schedule an appointment on the web by going to trinity-medicalcare.com. Again, give them a call at 256-489-3192 and give telemedicine a try today. Welcome to another Make a Difference Minute
from the Mark White Show.
On this Make a Difference Minute, I have Lee Greenwood.
My family was broke up when I was like a year old. I may be California by birth, but Tennessee by choice, and I love the South, and I love the attitude people have had about this virus and how they're treating it, because you see these little outbreaks come and hot spots here or there, but everybody's treating it with such great seriousness, and I'm proud of everybody in their approach to getting rid of this thing. My grandparents, Thomas and Edna Jackson, who took me at the age of about 2 or 3, taught me all the right things to do. We were sharecroppers, worked on a farm. They let me have my head into music and sports, and both were good for me to keep a young boy occupied so you don't get in trouble. By the time I got out of school, I was ready to go make a living. Had my morals right, as a Christian. I approached life with a fervor and worked hard the entire time until my career took off, and then I worked even harder.
If you have a suggestion for a Make a Difference Minute, send it to themarkwhiteshow@gmail.com. Be sure to follow The Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This is Mark White.
And this is Cora White.
Encouraging you
to find your purpose
by making a difference
in someone's life today.
Welcome to another edition of the Make a Difference Minute from the Mark White Show, where we're sharing stories to encourage and inspire.
Mr. Cecil Batchelor is the one that started this business as Dependable Service Center. And even though now it screens dependable hardware and we're a True Value store, our tagline is still your dependable service center. We've tried to keep that alive for all these years. Mr. Batchelor really started a good business. We're really excited to be carrying on a long-standing tradition. It's the oldest retail store in the city of Russellville. We're Green's Dependable Hardware, 15220A Highway 43 in Russellville, Alabama. We're right behind McDonald's or right across the street from the hospital. Number is 256-331-0123.
Your dependable service center.
This is the Make a Difference Minute
On the Mark White Show.
One of the things that I think about are people who are hungry this time of year. It's not a problem just during the holidays, but year-round. And I found a person through, interestingly enough, it was the movie Pursuit of Happiness, and the inspiration of the movie was Chris Gardner. I went on Chris Gardner's page to simply find out more about him, and in the process of finding out more about Chris Gardner, I found Heather Greiser. She is the director of Kids Against Hunger Philadelphia, and Heather agreed to come on the Mark White Show to talk about Kids Against Hunger Philadelphia. Welcome to the Mark White Show, Heather.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be on it. I grew up always volunteering, and it was important for my family and I to instill that in our children. And so we used to volunteer with my kids all the time, and then we found out that a lot of the opportunities that we were volunteering in no longer allowed kids. So we were looking for something that families and children could do together and that we could make an impact in our local communities. So it was important for me to find something that we could give back to our community and that families and kids could get involved with. And we did a lot of different research on different charities, and hunger really struck us the most. We have a website, PassTheBackpack.com. You can sign up on that website to help. We run shifts 7 days a week. You can donate financially on that website. You can also support our real estate team on that website. And then we have a Facebook page, Kids Against Hunger Philadelphia, where we post constant updates on that. And all of our contact information is on both of those sites.
If you have a suggestion for the Make a Difference Minute, send it to themarkwhiteshow@gmail.com. This is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today. Welcome to another edition of the Make a Difference Minute from the Mark White Show, where we're sharing stories to encourage and inspire. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Losing a loved one is hard, but losing a loved one and not having an estate plan is even harder. Attorney Harlan Mitchell witnessed what not having an estate plan can do to families and decided to use his experience to do something about it. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884. Again, that website is BamaEstatePlanning.com. Let Harlan Mitchell help you with estate planning. Do it for those you love, and do it today. Welcome to another Make a Difference Minute
On the Mark White Show.
I'm Carolyn Grimes, and I played the part of Zuzu in the movie It's a Wonderful Life. I've enjoyed being on the Mark White Show, and I just want to leave you with a little message of hope. The movie It's a Wonderful Life gives us hope. Remember, each man's life touches another. You can make a difference. And also remember, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right. Boy, Clyde.
Welcome to another edition of the Make a Difference Minute from the Mark White Show, where we're sharing stories to encourage and inspire. Located in Tuscumbia, Alabama, the Alabama Music Hall of Fame honors Alabama's music achievers. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 256-381-4417. Check them out on the web at alamhof.org. This is the Make a Difference Minute
from the Mark White Show.
Well, I'm looking forward to what 2021 can do for all of us. And I want you, if you're listening right now, be confident in yourself. And I want you to find ways that you can make a difference in the lives of others. I know you can. There are people right now around you, that need your courage, that need your strength, that need you to be a positive person for them and to make a real difference in their life, make a real impact. It's simple things, isn't it, Kyla? It's small things that we can do.
Oh, yeah. It can be just holding the door for someone. I feel like that has even made my day. Just the slightest, smallest things that you can do. And as you go, build up on that. Everybody moves at their own pace, and you don't need to do a lot to make a difference. You just need to do enough.
We do both wish people a happy new year, a happy 2021.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you, Kyla Carter from Kyla's Corner, for joining me here on the show today as my special co-host.
Thank you so much, Mark. I always love being on the show and doing my segment every week, and I always love talking to you and getting to spread even more of a message aside from Kyla's Corner.
And Kyla, how about that line that you give people each and every time? What is your special message to them?
Everybody, I hope your 2021 is amazing, and I hope that you live sunny side up.
I'd like to thank Molly Winsten for joining us here on the Mark White Show today. Again, check her out at On Molly's Plate on Instagram. We also appreciate the new episode from Kyla Carter on Kyla's Corner. You can find Kyla Carter on Facebook and Instagram at Kyla D. Carter and also at Kyla's Corner Podcast. Be sure to follow The Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also subscribe to The Mark White Show via Apple iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, and Blueberry. The Mark White Show is also available on YouTube. The Mary Faye Hedrick Good Deed segment airs Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the Make a Difference Minute airs at 7 a.m. every morning, 7 days a week. If you would like to send me a message, you can do so by sending me an email to themarkwhiteshow@gmail.com. You can also send me a message via Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I hope that you'll let your friends, family, and neighbors know about The Mark White Show and what we're doing to try to make a difference. This is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
Oh, won't you hear me, people, when I say, well, let's all do something good today.